Michelle, welcome. Um, Great to be able to talk to you about RPA today. As we know, robotic process automation, or RPA, has been a hot topic in PropTech for a while now. And it's been 3 years since OpenBox delivered its first RPA project. What changes have you seen in the market since then?
I think the biggest change we've seen is really in how our clients begin their automation journey. I think it's always been a big concern that upfront investment in an automation platform is really cost prohibitive because these tools have been designed for very high volume transactions. And a lot of people really can't afford to pay for 10 licenses upfront just to find out if RPA is right for them. So when we actually began our automation journey, we came up with a model called Robots as a Service, where we undertook that upfront investment and then helped our clients to run their pilot processes or their proofs of concept on our environment, which came at a much reduced cost and reduced risk to themselves. So I think the biggest change we've seen is that the vendors have now realized that they have to cater for that model. And so we're seeing much more flexible low volume license options, and we're seeing the automation vendors actually offering robots as a service in the form of cloud hosting options. So more and more our clients are coming to us to help them select an automation platform, get it up and running and connected into their environment, and get started on those first few projects. So I really think the biggest change has been a shift in democratizing the access to these tools for companies of all sizes.
Yeah, and you mentioned selecting an automation platform. There are a lot of options available, and just picking the right one can be a whole project in itself. Who are you seeing as the front runners in the market today?
Well, the big three are still pretty much the top across all industries. So that's Blue Prism, UiPath, and Automation Anywhere. But what we really see is that each has a very specific niche to fill within the CRE space. So Blue Prism, for example, is still really the top choice for your finance departments because it's very strong in that kind of high volume daily transactional mode. Um, Front of house departments like brokerage are more likely to choose automation anywhere because it's really good at giving you that real-time digital assistant experience. But we're seeing UiPath really pulling ahead as the very strong all-rounder, and we think that's really great for companies that are still trying to explore where they're going within their RPA journey. But a new kid on the block that we're actually hearing more and more come up in conversation is Power Automate, which is a Microsoft product from their Power Platform alongside Power Apps and Power BI. And I think we're finding that for companies that maybe have more mature processes, maybe a higher degree of systemization, and are really just looking to plug a few gaps here and there with automation, it can be a really strong choice, especially because it comes with a lot of connectors to your Microsoft applications and your Azure services built in.
Yeah, interesting. And I mean, I would imagine that dealing with a known entity is particularly appealing if you're already a Microsoft house.
That's definitely a factor, yes.
Mm. So, what's your advice for companies that are struggling to see where the value is in RPA?
Yeah, this is a concern that we hear a lot from companies, especially those that have had that initial pilot project fail. And I think what we've seen for ourselves and also what we've really heard consistently across the market is that you really can't use automation to fix a broken process. So I think it was Bill Gates who said that, automating an inefficient process will just magnify the inefficiency. Yeah, right. And he was definitely right about that. I think we see that, choosing that right first process to automate can be really challenging because you have to be able to take a very objective view of the state of the processes and also have a lot of experience in knowing how to make a process ready for automation in the first place. So what we find is that our 20 years of experience in real estate business processes on the one hand and software solutions on the other comes together and allows us to actually consult with our clients upfront and really choose an appropriate process for that first automation, or even work with them to determine whether automation is right for them or whether a different solution might actually be a better fit. So I think getting that experienced advice up front is really what sets the tone for a successful automation strategy.
Yeah, absolutely. Michelle Miller, thank you very much for your time. Very interesting. And to those watching, if you're interested to hear more, do come and visit us at RealCom 2020.
Thanks, Roger. See you there.